up, Hatch Tribe? So it's a brand new month, and you know what that means. It's time for a new theme, a new topic. And this is one that everyone is screaming, wow, we really need some help with. It's all about balance, right? So this proverbial work-life balance, does it even exist? How the heck do I take care of myself and my business and do all of these things at one time and still show up and function? You guys feel me on this? The struggle can be very real at any given moment in time, right? So Stephanie Burg is our mentor of the month. And when I was thinking about this topic and considering who would be the perfect mentor to come on board, you were top of my list immediately because I think your understanding of creating balance and really navigating through it in a way that's not all bubble baths and rainbows is so amazing. So Stephanie, before we go any further, and I'm like totally geeking out here, introduce yourself to the tribe.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. And
of course.
So excited to be here. I am Stephanie Burg, as Hillary said, and I am a board certified nutrition and lifestyle coach, which I think often when people hear the word nutrition, it's like thinking about food only, but nutrition is so much more. It's really everything that we take in, mind, body, and spirit, and everything I do is based upon the belief that when we have a really positive, loving relationships with ourselves, that we can create amazing lives and businesses. And I do that work through private coaching, through group programs, retreats, workshops, movement and dance classes.
Oh yeah, all the things, all the components of what make us come together and live a full, robust human experience, right? Yeah. So sometimes when we talk about this concept of work-life balance, there's this immediate visceral reaction of like, I mean, is balance even possible? Like, is this what we should be pursuing? So give me just a second on this of, is that our goal? Is our goal to achieve this like perfect equilibrium in life?
Yeah, Hillary knows I can talk forever about this. So I think balance is a great umbrella term, right? But it's constantly shifting. I think that the idea of balance is, you know, it's great, but true balance is a little elusive because things are constantly shifting and changing in our lives. And my background is in professional ballet, and Hillary and I were talking about this before we started to record. You know, this is such a great metaphor. When I was dancing and I was balancing, like holding a balance physically, it wasn't a static thing. I was constantly making micro adjustments within my body in order to stay on my leg, stay on that balance.
So it's like you're standing on one leg and that's it, right? So it's not like we just get there and we're like, oh, done.
Yeah, there's like constantly things happening to shift and change that balance. And as I progressed in my career, I got better at making it look like I wasn't doing anything, that I was actually just like staying there. Yeah. And so I think that sort of applies to this idea of work-life balance, because balance is something that is, you know, it's always evolving for us. And when we're, you know, running our businesses or living our lives as humans, even if we, you know, don't run businesses, there are things that are coming in that shift that balance.
Of course.
And it's how we learn to sort of weather those things, you know, in the course of our lives that really makes the biggest difference.
It's funny because listening to this and thinking about kind of the underlying piece, a lot of it is just how we're I want to say coping or adapting or dealing with things that are coming in no matter what they are. So if it's life or it's family or if it's business or whatever component, it's really what we're doing with it in that moment in time and how we adapt that's going to really give us perspective for, does our life feel good and how is that affecting our business?
Yeah, it's the foundational stuff, you know, it's like our roots. I always think about the angel oak, like here in Charleston.
Yeah.
It's like,
let me say, for those of you who don't know this, there is a giant oak tree that is out on Johns Island outside of Charleston, and it's giant. And it has like these limbs that come up and off, and then some of them go back down and they're like wedged on the edge of the ground. It's stunning. So look up photos if you don't know it.
And it's old. Old is
like dirt.
Yeah, it's so old. And the only reason I bring it up is that, you know, it's this sort of entity in and of itself, deep roots, strong trunk, strong foundation. If there's like a storm that comes, you know, like increment weather that comes, it's not swayed. You know, the foundation, the roots are so deep that
Yeah.
something can come along and, you know, blow and
Yeah, and it's like still good.
Yeah,
It might have
still
lost
good.
some leaves along the way, but the foundation is there.
Yeah, and
Oh, I love that metaphor.
balance is really, I think, the foundation, like those foundational pieces
Yep.
that keep us feeling strong and rooted,
Okay.
regardless of what is thrown our way.
Okay, totally cool. So I think that's it for this video, because in the next one, we're getting ready to dig in a little bit deeper. We're going to talk more about why work-life balance is so important for entrepreneurs, what the heck it is you need to know, and we're going to immediately put it into play because we're going to give you some techniques to use. So that's it for now. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.